Okay, I'm going to show you how we can model this part here with the aerial here. Okay, so this one, let's say I just temporarily hide it. Okay, this look like a oval shape, okay, which we can do it using a cylinder. Alright, or maybe you can use a sphere and then you scale it. Okay, so it depends on individual, whatever you want to use. Alright, so let's say I prefer to use a cylinder. Okay, so any object, for example this helmet, I'm going to hide it. I press Ctrl H, or I go to channel box, I turn off my visibility. 0 for off, 1 for on. Right, visibility, and you can see from your outliner that object has been grayed out. Alright, so if you want it back, you select the object, you press Shift H, show selected. Alright, okay, so I'm going to hide it temporarily so that I can build this one. Okay, from the side view, I'm going to create a cylinder. Okay, just take a look first, later we will do the chest part. Okay, and then drag from the top view for the thickness of the cylinder, or the height. Alright, so I bring it out, I adjust the position. Okay, something like that. Okay, it is a bit slightly rotated, never mind. Okay, I'm going to scale it up a bit and then make it thinner. Okay, move it in. Okay, so from here what I can do is I just select the face, one of the face, not the other side. Control click and drag. Alright, so the other side not selected, go to edit mesh, extrude. Right, or Control E to extrude. Okay, make it, just drag it, and then I'm going to make it smaller. Click the cube once, drag from the middle. Okay, maybe I push it a bit inwards. Okay, and then I press G to repeat the extrude, and then I extrude out, and then make it slightly smaller. Press G again, pull it out, click the cube once, and then make it smaller. Okay, after this I can actually merge to center. Alright, so what I do, I go to edit mesh, merge to center. So I have this thing. So when I press 3 now, okay, this is very smooth. Okay, I don't see the difference between these two objects. There is one is red color, one is a yellowish color. Alright, so what I do, I select the object, press 1 again, and then I insert edge loop, mesh tool, insert edge loop tool, reset the setting. Okay, and then just add an edge. Okay, before and after, press Q, then object mode, then you press 3 and check. Now I can see the shape difference. Alright, so, and here same thing, this part is too smooth, so what I can do is I can actually extrude it so that it is not very smooth. So go to face, just click and drag from one side. From the top view, control click and drag. Alright, so go back here, extrude, control E, pull it out, click the cube once, then drag from the middle. Okay, again press G, click the cube once, drag from the middle, press G, click the cube once, drag from the middle, then I can edit mesh, merge to center. Alright, so now select, then press 3. So from here I can get a flat surface instead of just rounded. Right, so this one I'm going to unhide my what we call helmet. Okay, and then I just reposition this, move W. Okay, something like that. Okay, just using a cylinder, select the face, extrude, extrude, so that we get shapes similar to our reference image. Then after that, in order for me to change the color, I right click, choose face, select the one of the part here, control click and drag. If you accidentally selected more faces. Alright, then right click, assign new material, Arnold AI standard surface. Okay, so when I select in object mode, go back here, I have too many history here. Okay, by the time I click it takes me forever. So what I do, I go to edit, delete by type, history. What is the difference between these two? Delete by type and delete all by type. Okay, so what happened is here you have polycylinder shape, initial shading group, Lambert, AI, standard surface, only that. You don't have a poly, extrude or whatever, right? So here AI standard surface, I'm going to change the name of it, AI ears yellow. Okay, then jack face. Okay, I'm going to select the other side. Okay, right click again, assign new material, Arnold AI standard surface. Okay, here underscore ears pink. Then I'm going to change this color to pinkish color, something like this. Select the object. Okay, you have pink and yellow. The yellow, I'm going to change the yellow color, maybe slightly orangey a bit. Okay, something like that. Okay, here I don't see because I haven't rendered yet. And the helmet color also pinkish color. I can use the same material actually, even though the name says ears pink. Okay, I can use the same material by clicking, right click, assign existing material, AI ears pink. I can do that. Alright, so it is the same color here. And for the other side, okay, I can select this object. Alright, press insert key in the keyboard to move my pivot point to the middle of the grid. While pressing X, click and drag in one axis. Press insert again, Control D, box, then scale X, whatever value there is. Alright, so okay, done. The ears done. Then the antenna here. Antenna from the top view. From the top view, maybe somewhere around here, I go to create a cylinder. Click and drag. It's a small one. Then from the front view, click and drag for the height. Alright, so just about that. Then I move it, move up. Press F to zoom selected object. Okay, press 4 for wireframe so that I can see the whatever things is there, something like that. Okay, I'm just simply placing it because this is a robot which it doesn't deform. Okay, if it is deforming or an organic model, a creature or something, we need to attach this properly. Okay, if it is a mechanical, doesn't matter, not so important. Okay, because it is not deformed. Alright, done with this. Then I'm going to place a small sphere over here. So before that, vertex, move it down a bit, object mode, create a sphere from the top view as well. And one more thing, when you are creating an object, right? Okay, for example, I choose the drag on the grid. It says I press X, click and drag. You see, it is snapping to the grid. Alright, so same thing here. If let's say I want it to be exactly over here. Okay, so what I do, click on the polygon sphere tool. I press V because there is a points there, vertex there. While I'm pressing V, I click, okay, so that I don't have to draw it on the grid and then I move it. It takes time, right? So straight away I press V and then click on the object, click and drag. Then I scale it up a bit. Check from the image reference. Okay, something like that. Done. Okay, so these two objects, okay, I can right click, assign new material. Okay, Arnold AI standard surface, change the name of it, underscore antenna. Then change the color to be a bit greenish or gray color, maybe, I don't know, something like that. Because we have two objects here, okay, I'm going to make it group, Control G. When you make a group, your pivot point automatically goes to the center, so you don't have to move the pivot point. Alright, so I can rename this group. This is left antenna. Control D to duplicate, double click to rename. I put RT for right. Okay, then scale X when negative value. So here is 1, so negative 1, like that. Okay, easy, right?
Start again.
Okay, now for the neck part. Okay, this is a simple cylinder here, so I'm just going to create a cylinder from the or maybe I can start from perspective view from the bottom of this head. Okay, press V, click and drag. You see it is snapping to the point, right? So then click and drag for the height. Why is it not? Okay, something like that. Then check back from your front view. Okay, I just press 4 and then scale it up. Sorry, R, scale from the middle here. Okay, or maybe the bottom, not so vertex, move. Okay, something like that, something like that. Let's double check. 5 F. Okay, done. And you can assign a different color for that. Okay, now I'll show you first the chest part, how to do, then you will do it. Okay, you can see the chest part is a bit like boxy shape. Okay, so whatever boxy shape, we can start with cube. Okay, so I'm going to create a cube from this view, front view, click and drag. Okay, and then click and drag from the top view. Then I can move it to the center of the grid, something like that. So if we look at here, it will be something like this. Okay, so after that, make sure, can you see that it is not in the middle of the grid, right? Press X, click and drag, and then I'm going to move it a bit. Okay, the size is fine. If it is not okay, then you right click, choose vertex, you can select the bottom part, you can move it so that it is aligned with your reference image. Here also same. Okay, you can align it. Okay, left right, you can select entire thing, you can scale it so that you can adjust both left and right. Right, so then object mode, here we need to add another edge loop, then we make this smaller. Alright, so why I didn't do this? I scale this down. Later on I can add one more edge, then I add, but the problem is you need to align back with this one to get it straight. So that means there is another step, right? So that's why put it straight first, so that I don't have to adjust anything over here. Straight away make this smaller. Right, so go back to object mode, mesh tool, insert edge loop tool, just click and drag. Make sure always insert edge loop tool, you don't simply click, you click and drag to position. Once the position is correct, then you let go. Okay, so once done, right click, vertex, R for scale, then scale it in one direction. Okay, if you want, you can also scale it from this z-axis. Okay, if you want to, but since we don't have any reference, it's totally up to us whether you want to change the shape or not. Right, and I can see from the image that it looks a bit like rounded edges. Okay, so what I can do, right click, choose edge, select everything. Okay, control click and drag, control click and drag. So you need to utilize all your views. So whenever I want to remove this, I go to front view, control click and drag. Whenever I want to remove the side edges, I go to side view, control click and drag. Okay, so that I only have the parts that I want to make it rounded edge. Okay, so then I go to edit mesh, bevel, option box, just reset the setting. Always remember option box, you need. Then I try to apply. Okay, this is too big, undo back. Okay, or if you don't want to undo, you just click the bevel and then reduce the traction there. So 0.1. Okay, 0.1 is fine, I guess. Then increase the number of segment. So if you don't increase, you will have a very sharp edges. Okay, so what you can do is, I'm going to undo back, sorry. Edit mesh, bevel, bevel. Then this is 0.1. The segment, I press up arrow key. Okay, so not so much, maybe about 3 or 4, it should be fine. Okay, then click outside object mode. So this is what we get. Okay, can you do it? No, only the chest part. Yep. Edit, delete by type. Make sure you are in object mode. Yes. Select the object, edit, delete by type, history. Okay, sometimes get rid of all this lot of histories in the attribute editor panel. One, and then to lower down your memory, computer memory. Okay, if you have complicated scene. Okay, this one done. All done. 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 Dah. Bevel done. Okay. Okay, let's continue with this one. Okay, I'm going to do this arm. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's get it started. Okay, I'm going to start with this arm on the right hand side arm. Okay, so this part thing, so I can go straight away, go to sphere. Okay, and why I draw from the front view, why not side view and all that, so that I can easily snap the joints later. Okay, so draw from the front view. And one more thing, any sphere object you draw in Maya, by default, okay, the subdivision is 20. Sorry. Okay, subdivision axis, subdivision height is 20. When I press 3, okay, when I press 3, it will become oval shape. Okay, this is important. Take a look later on. Okay, because doesn't matter whether it's a rounded shape or an oval shape, but eyeball, yes, important because you have few layers there. I'm going to small it, okay, something like that. Then go back here. Okay, let's say I go to maintain this position. Okay, or you can just snap to grid. just like that, and you can press 3 also. Okay, 1. And then for the arm, upper arm here, the bicep, okay, so we can use a cylinder. Okay, so I go to create a cylinder from where? Let's say from the side view. Okay, click and drag, and then from the top view, click and drag, and from the front view here, you just move it. Okay, in order for you to rotate, okay, or you want to place exactly, let's say this point, you want to put it in the middle of here. Okay, you press insert key in your keyboard, press V, click and drag. Okay, insert again. So now my pivot point is at the end of the cylinder. Now I press V, click and drag. Okay, double check from here. What happened now? It is from the front view, it is aligned correctly, but from the side view it is not, or the top view it is not, right? So what you can do is you snap to grid like this, or you can snap to point also can, because there is a vertex over here. Alright, so select this, press V, click and drag. Okay, so exactly there, then only I rotate like that, and even I can scale it down in x-axis, something like that. Alright, so slightly lower. Okay, done. And then for the next join here, Control D, the previous sphere, put it at the end of cylinder, press V, drag from one axis and then drag from another axis. Y first, then X, or X first or Y. Alright, then you scale it down. Okay, I'm going to copy again this one, Control D, W to move. Okay, same thing again, press V, drag from the X axis to bring your cursor to where you want to align to, and then Y, bring your cursor to where you want to align. Okay, okay, then rotate, E for rotate. That. Okay, the position is not correct because of this position, the sphere's position. Doesn't matter, as long as our objects, this one and this is aligned, it's okay, right? So, and this one I'm going to scale it down a bit. This is a bit challenging. Okay, we know that our cylinder, it has 20 subdivision. Okay, correct or not? Not sure. Okay, so click the cylinder. When we draw a cylinder, you see the number of edges that we have here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so if you check your here, subdivision axis is 20, so we have 20 edges. So this part is no longer rounded shape. Okay, so if I take a look at here, this arm is rounded, but the hand, the thing is not rounded. Okay, so what we can do is we can start with a cube, and then we add more edge loop, more edges, so that we can connect this. Alright, so let's say I'm going to create a cube. I'm going to model it separately, then I join it together. Click the cube polygon, something like that. Okay, and then for the thickness, let's say something like that. Move center of the grid. Okay, press X, click and drag. Then the subdivision, okay, this one. Okay, let's say something like this, so that I can extrude this, I can extrude this. Clear? I can extrude this part and this one later. Okay, so okay, go back to object mode. Let me think back. Okay, we need 20 edges, correct? This one later I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to join it back with the cylinder. We need 20 edges over here around this. Currently, how many edges do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this 8 edges need to connect to 20 edges. Alright, so we need 20. So how many divisions should I add more?
12.
Right, so go to, either I can add from here. So how many do I have? 4, 8, 9, 10. If I change it 5, 4, 5, 10. How many? 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. 6, 3, 6, 12, 13, 14. 14, 7, 3, 6, 7, 16. So how much? 8, 3, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18. 9, 3, 6, 9, 18, 19, 20. Okay? So let's say I'm going to maintain this. Okay, so later when I want to extrude for this part, okay, so what I do, let's say I move this one for now, so I can actually move this. Okay, maybe I can select 3 faces here, 3 faces here. Alright, to extrude for this one. So choose face. Okay, select first, control click and drag. So select only the bottom 3. Okay, right click, choose face, click and drag, control click and drag. Okay, same thing here, control click and drag. So we have 3, 3, then control E to extrude. I can extrude it, and I can click the rotation, but here what happened is it's both of the side are same. Okay, so we don't want that, so I'm going to undo back. I don't want this selection. Later I'm going to just mirror this. Alright, so control E, move it down, rotate. Okay, so maybe I can position this somewhere around here, scale it down a bit. Okay, face, we have a problem. Okay, never mind. Press G to extrude again, rotate, R for scale, rotate a bit, press G, and then I move it, E for rotate, scale it down a bit. Okay, press G again, move, and then scale down. Okay, just double check from this view. Okay, we get this, and we still need to adjust a bit. For example, this edge, this is not even, so I just rotate it. R for scale, rotate a bit. Okay, something like this. Okay, then here we have a problem. So what I can do is I just select everything here, bring it down to here, and this one I just move it up. Okay, right? So here what 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, so 4 4 here 4. So the midpoint we need an edge loop so that I can delete half and then mirror back, right? So currently there is only one face, we don't have an edge in the middle, correct or not? Okay, so what I do, I go to object mode, mesh tool, insert edge loop tool, option box, multiple edge loop, and here is one, close it, then just click 1 2 3 4 5. This is exactly in between this two edge. Okay, then right click, choose face, delete half of it. Right click, object mode, I go to Control D to duplicate, okay, and then scale X negative value, then select both, mesh, combine, edit mesh, merge, 0.001, merge. After you merge, you can double click the middle line, control delete. Okay, why control delete? Because we want to delete the edge and the vertex. Alright, so okay, this part is done. Then I'm going to just rotate this a bit, something like that, put it there. Okay, so here I need to make it to look like a round shape, or I can straight away snap to this thing. Okay, if I want to snap, I need to select the vertex, and then I need to snap where I want to put it on the cylinder. But now I don't see the what we call the edges or the vertex. I cannot see, right? So what you can do is you go to shading, you go to wireframe on shaded. Now I can see my lines. Okay, so I select this. So let's say I press V to snap to point, correct? I can snap it over here or over here. Okay, click here, press V, click, something like that. Or I can also straight away click here, snap to point, so that the point, the tool is always active. I don't have to keep on pressing the V. Alright, so just select and drag, select and drag. I don't have to press the V. Okay, once done, whenever you want to join two objects together, the faces in between the two objects you must delete for both sides. Alright, so here if I press 4 for wireframe, for the lower part we have faces here. This one we need to delete, and also for the cylinder, right click, face, select everything, control click and drag. This one also we need to delete. Okay, then what we do? Merge. What do we do? Huh? Yes, correct. Combine first, then merge. Okay, combine only also not enough. Alright, because if I go to mesh, combine, so this, when I press 5, I go to vertex, I select one of the vertex, I move, I still can see the whole. Okay, it is snapping. Can you see that? It's snapping. So make sure you don't forget to turn off your this thing. Okay, I still can see the whole. So make sure you, after combine, you merge. Edit mesh, merge, option box, 0.001, then merge. After you merge, just double check in case anything else get merged together or not. Alright, done. So if I press 3, I get this. Okay, so if you want to hold the shape, okay, you add more edge loop. Okay, so for example here I can see it's look like a bit edgy a bit, so I go to here. Okay, I have a problem. Okay, just take a look. I go to mesh tool, insert edge loop tool, option box, reset the tool, then close. Then I add one edge over here, here one, here one, one here, here. Okay, so something like that. Then when I press 3, okay, so we can see the shape, but it is on the side edges. This is still smooth, correct? Okay, so when I press 1 back, I supposed to add another edge loop here and here, correct? So I press G, oh sorry, I go to mesh tool, insert edge loop tool, add one here, add one here. We will be having a problem. I press 3. Okay, this is look okay. I go to shading, turn off my wireframe on shaded. This is fine. Okay, but here, this one, we supposed to have a nice cylinder shape, but when I add this edge loop, okay, at the side, it goes straight away until up here. Okay, so what you need to do is you select again the same edge, double click. Okay, the edge has been selected. Control click and drag for the bottom part. Bottom part we need to keep it, but the upper part we need to delete. Okay, this one, control delete. Okay, control delete. Okay, so this looks okay, but polygon is wrong. Why? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sided. Okay, so we need to avoid 6-sided face. Okay, so for example like this. So that is when we use the multi-cut tool. You go to, where is that multi-cut? Here, mesh tool, multi-cut. Okay, click on the multi-cut. Okay, you will get a tool, something like a knife there. Okay, so I'm going to, where should I add? Okay, so start from here. Okay, you see the red color dot there. When you bring your cursor near, you'll see the red color dot. Click, and you can click anywhere in the middle of your we call a face. Yes. Okay, just click, and then I go down here, find the point, then click, then enter. Okay, right? So then the same thing I do it here as well. Click, enter. Then this one is what? How many faces we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So cannot, right? So again, multi-cut, press G, I click here, and then continue until here, and continue until I close back here. Why I cannot close? Okay, then enter. Okay, so we still have problem?
Yep.
Where is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so this one, what we can do is we can divide it into 2, 3 and 4 sided. Okay, multi-cut again. click and click. Okay, go back here, press G, click and click. Okay, so if I press 3 now, okay, so this is still cylinder shape. I need to add another edge loop over there, up there, so this is fine. So if I press Q, object mode, you see we don't see the long thingy there. That's one. Then we add edge loop over here. Insert edge loop tool here, press 4 for wireframe, click and drag to the top over here, maybe 2. Q, right click, object mode, then you press 3, 5. Okay, got it? Okay, so the same thing I'm going to 1 2 3 4, control G. Okay, so this is left or right arm? Left or right? Siapa cakap left? Who said left? Nobody. Tak nak mengaku. Alright. Okay, so this is should be right arm. Sorry, right arm group. GRP. Control D to duplicate. Double click to rename. LF. Scale X -1. Done. Okay, so here this thing, okay, we can straight away duplicate from the neck, control D and put it here. And how about this one, can we duplicate? Not really. Yeah, this like a underwear shape. Alright, so here I can use a cube. Okay, just take a look first. Click and drag, and then from the top view, click and drag. From the side view, I reposition, press X, click and drag. Okay, make it slightly smaller than the chest area. Okay, and here 4 for wireframe. Okay, here, so here, okay, also align to the grid. Okay, I'm going to add some division here. 3. Okay, 3 should be enough. Alright, so here after I add 3 division, go to vertex, select this, move it up, scale in x-axis, move down a bit. This one, move down a bit. This one you can leave it, no problem. Okay, after that, okay, if you want to change this the shape a bit, maybe you can make it slightly smaller, something like that. Okay, then select the edges, control click and drag, control click and drag here, fine. Okay, so you see earlier when we do the chest, I control click and drag from the front, control click and drag from the side. This one, control click and drag from the front and the top. Okay, to remove the selection. Okay, then just use the bevel, edit mesh, bevel, option box, edit reset setting, bevel. Okay, so maybe 0.1. Okay, so segment maybe let's say 4, same as on top. Done. Okay, can right?
Next week.
Okay, I think this is okay. You can do it this, right? Try now. the most important thing as a beginner, okay, you need to able to use all the views. Okay, whenever you have to, you need to change the view and then use that. And whenever you want to enlarge or make the view smaller, you don't have to click, just spacebar. Because sometimes I see whenever you make a selection, for example you select the face, when you want to go to different view, you, I don't know, you accidentally click or something. Okay, so when you click you lose the selection, so you have to undo again. So make sure you want to go to different view, don't click, just spacebar. Spacebar again, spacebar. If you want to go nearer, don't have to click, press F. Okay. And another thing is you have to. Okay, so let's go in further. Okay, take a look, guys. Take a look. Okay, for the legs part, okay, so I'm going to just duplicate the existing join. Control D. Okay, bring it down. Okay, put it somewhere there. Alright, and then I create a new cylinder from the top view. Cylinder, click and drag. Then click and drag, move it up, press F. Okay, so this one I'm going to align it to the sphere. So press insert key, press V, click and drag, insert, press V again, click and drag in one axis, click and drag in another axis, and make sure you go nearer, press V, click and drag. Okay, press F, and if you want to enlarge or make it shorter, you can scale it now. Okay, so let's say something like that. Duplicate again the same sphere. Control D, W to move. Okay, so this one I'm going to press V and then snap it to the cylinder. Okay, scale it if you need to, if not you just maintain. Okay, so let's say I go to scale slightly smaller. Okay, then this one, okay, you can use the same cylinder also. Control D, W to move, and then I snap it to the point. Let me just double check. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, so now I go to choose object mode, scale it up, R to scale it, something like that. Then I'm going to add edge loop, because this cylinder is actually I duplicate from top. The top one, it has the construction history. After you duplicate, you don't have the history. Okay, so you need to use the insert edge loop tool. Right, so I'm going to add one here, let's say. Press Q, vertex, R for scale, scale it up. Here, scale it up. Make sure you drag from the center. If you don't drag from the center, if you drag one side, it will become like this. Right, so middle here, middle here. Okay, press G to add edge loop, press R and then scale it up a bit. Okay, something like that. Then for the feet, okay, so what we can do is this look like a shoe. We can, you see, we can use the cylinder itself, okay, to extrude. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add an edge loop so that I have front faces to be extruded. Okay, press G, then I add edge loop. Okay, let's say somewhere there, let's say I move down a bit. Okay, then I select the front faces. Okay, I select everything, go to top view, control, click and drag, so that I have this. Okay, and we don't want the bottom also, we want the front only. Alright, so after that let me just double check, sorry. Okay, this is fine. Edit mesh, extrude. Okay, so if I drag now, it will become like that. I don't want it, so click this small manipulator here, then you drag. Okay, so after drag, I'm gonna make it let me see. I think should be can. Okay, I'm going to scale it so that I make it flat. Okay, then move it out a bit. Okay, and if you notice here, this is rounded. Okay, but the connecting part we don't know. This one we don't know, but here, yes, it is rounded. Okay, so I'm going to move this let me see, I'm going to make it bigger, like a McDonald's leg. Okay, here press G to extrude. Okay, move it, scale it in one direction, and let's say, for example, if I want to scale in this direction, but the pivot point I want to maintain at the bottom. Yes. Why? Make sure you press R first, then you press insert. Okay, you press V, click and drag, then you press insert again. So the scale tool is still active. Alright, so then you move it. Okay, because this is component, not object. Okay, so for example, if I press Q, I press W, okay, it's still there. So let me see. Okay, so now it's in the middle. I press insert, press V, move down, and then I press W. Okay, still there. Okay, last time the older version, no, it will go back to the middle. If I change the tool from move to rotate or scale, it will go back to the original. Okay, so this is fine. So let's say something like this. Then what I do, I go to vertex. I need to make this curvy. Alright, so select these two, 1, 2, move it down. Okay, I'm moving it down, and this part also move it down. Later we will adjust this, the front shape. Okay, here move down, move down as well, and this 1, 2, 3, move it up, and this only 1, move it up. Okay, so from the front view I have this curvature. Okay, so I can even follow as my reference image. I can move it up a bit. Okay, make sure don't select the wrong vertex. Move it up, move it up. Okay, something like that. Okay, and the front part here, move to the front, move to the front. Okay, so that it is curvy, not straight line. This and this, move to the back, R for scale, wait. Okay, something like this, and I'm going to add an edge loop here. Okay, so that this looks straight, right? So I want the front part slightly bigger. Okay, so or maybe at the back here smaller. Right, so I'm going to insert edge loop tool, add one edge loop. Okay, so R for scale. Okay, maybe I can make it smaller, something like that. Okay, we try with press 3 and check. Okay, get that, but this looks ugly, right? Maybe it's too long, right? Vertex, move, and this one, move it down a bit. double check. Okay, this is fine. Okay, can I press 3? I get something like this, and here it's so much smooth, right? So we just add a edge loop. Okay, if I add edge loop, let me just double check. Okay, no problem. Insert edge loop 2, click. Okay, I'm going to make it flat. Press R, scale from y-axis so that it is flat, then move down. Go to side view, move it down a bit, something like that. Then press Q, right click object mode, press 3, press 5. Okay, should be bigger, right? Okay, make sure double check. Go to press 3 and then R, and then make it bigger. Done. Okay, so I'm going to select all this 1 2 3 4 5 4. Control G, right click. Okay, Control D to duplicate, then rename to LF Lake Scale X -1, something like that. Okay. Okay, we are done, right? Okay, so I need to clean up my outliner a bit. Okay, so the camera all hidden. Okay, I have a sphere. Okay, sometimes you see, sometimes I have one object inside one group, which I don't want that. Okay, you can select the group, you go to edit, and then you go to ungroup. There is no shortcut for this, so you select the eyes group. Okay, leave it. Okay, what is this? Cylinder. Empty groups you delete. Okay, there is nothing there. There is a transform node. Transform node is nothing. You go to edit, delete all by type history. So most of the transform node, it will disappear when you delete history. Okay, if it doesn't, then you have to manually delete. So this is here. Okay, whatever object name is not renamed, so you just give a name for it. So polycube 9, this is what? Hip, I don't know. This is backbone. Chest, neck, right here. Left here. Helmet, group, polycube, ellipse, nose, image plane. Once we have done it, we can delete the image plane, but we haven't finished the coloring yet. Okay, delete. So I'm going to save this file, and then I'm going to transfer it to you, which is different PC. Okay, so what I can do is I can go to file, if just in case my my image plane is somewhere else, it will collect together when I press file, archive scene. Okay, just click on that, it will say blah 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 scene robot.ma.zip. Okay. I want you to put colors for this and also rename your shader. Okay, so for example, the neck, I right click, assign new material, make sure you go to Arnold surface shader, standard surface, and then you go to AI standard surface, you rename this AI underscore neck underscore blue, for example. Okay, so I change the color to a bluish color. Select this thing, same thing. Okay, sometimes even though it's a different object, you can use the same material. Okay, right click, go to assign existing material, AI neck blue. You can do that. Okay, okay, so select, what color is this? Pink color. Right click, assign new material, Arnold AI standard surface. I put there AI underscore body underscore pink, and then change the color, something like that. So I can always use back the same color. I can select multiple objects. Okay, I can select multiple objects. Then I go to right click, assign existing material, body pink. Okay, and this one maybe red color. I choose 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Right click, assign new material, Arnold AI standard surface, AI underscore joints red. You can even we can project the UV texture on top of the chest. Yeah, there is an image there, right? Okay, I'm going to hide everything else except for the chest part. Okay, just take a look first, then you repeat. So to hide everything else other than the selected object, you press alternate H, hide unselected. If you want to show back, Control Shift H, show last hidden object. Okay, so if you, for example, you select Control H, Control H, Control H, Control H. If I press Control Shift H now, it only shows one. If I press again Control Shift H, no previous hidden object to show again. So only the last hidden only it will show. Okay, so what we do, we select back our whatever object from the outliner, then you press Shift H. Alright, Control H, Shift H. Select first, then Shift H. Alright, to show back. So for example, if I only want to show this, alternate H. Alright, so if I press 5, I can see my color and all that. Okay, so now we're going to do some projection, UV projection. Okay, so if I select the object, I go to UV editor. Okay, so this is your default cube UV. Alright, so we need to project on different direction. So for example, first thing, you get an object, you project from one direction first. That's number one. Okay, so for example, this one I'm going to project from the front view, which is Z axis. I go to UV, planar option box, choose Z axis, and then keep image width and height ratio. What does this mean? If I uncheck this, let me open up my UV editor. Okay, so if I uncheck, I go to apply, so it will fill up the UV space. Okay, the UV space is from 0 to 1. Okay, from 0 to 1 here. It is always this corner. Okay, so it will fill up the space. What happen is the UV is not proportion. It will fill up the space. It will stretch. Okay, so if I check this again, I go to object mode, select the object. Okay, now I check the keep image width and height ratio, then I go to apply. Now you see this is slightly smaller, but the size is correct. Alright, always remember, when you project, you choose the axis and then you keep image width and height ratio checked. Right, so after that we project from different direction. Okay, so when we project from this axis, okay, let me just show you something. Okay, let's say I've done with my UV, and then I want to export this to Photoshop, and then I want to paint it or put some texture. Okay, just take a look first. I go to image, UV snapshot. Okay, so before you go into image UV snapshot, make sure you are in object mode. Okay, earlier I select object, I go to UV, planar option box, where is that? Option box, and then I project, correct? So I need, this one is currently in UV mode, component mode. So I need to select in object mode, then only I can go to image UV snapshot. Okay, so this what it will do. Okay, it says where do you want to save? It will automatically go to images out UV, and then what format? Let's say I choose JPEG format, and then the resolution of your texture file. Okay, let's say 2K resolution. Then I press apply and close. So what happened when I press apply and close is, down here you can see saved file blah blah blah, robot modeling, images out UV. Okay, in Photoshop it will be in black and white image. You can't see the white. Okay, let me just make it brighten up. Okay, so now you can see the lines. Okay, so the lines are visible. Okay, where this is our guide for us to put our texture. Okay, so let's say I just simply put some text. My text is black color. Change it to a red color. Control T, make it bigger. Okay, from end to end, somewhere there. To the end. Okay. Control T to the end. Okay, I'm purposely putting it to the end so that later you can see the result. Okay, so simply put it there, put it there. Okay, put it there. Then create another new layer. I'm going to fill with some other color, green, let's say. Okay, and this background, okay, currently is just a simple box shape. if you have a human face UV, okay, what you need to do is you double click the background layer, click OK, you put it on top, okay, and then if the line is white color, background is black, you change the blending mode to multiply. Screen for you to hide the black color, multiply is for you to hide the white color. Okay, screen, so I still can see the line. Can you see the line? Okay, okay, so the line is visible so that you can do the painting or whatever according to the line. Okay, so most of the time what we do is we invert this thing, this layer, Control I to invert, so it will become black and white, the opposite color, then change this to multiply. Now my line is in black color. Okay, so if I put normal, okay, background become white, line become black, so change this to multiply. Okay, so now clearer with the black line, right? Okay, let's say I hide this layer, then I save this image, flatten image, okay, file save as, oh my god, save as JPEG. Okay, when you save as, make sure you save it in your source images folder. Source images folder, this is chest diffuse. What is diffuse color? Only the color information. Diffuse is only color. Alright, so in whatever 3D application, you have a diffuse, you have specular, you have displacement, you have a reflection, you have a shadow. All these are maps, color maps. Alright, so diffuse is only for the color. Alright, so chest diffuse, save as JPEG. Okay, I put 12 here, then okay. Maya, okay, select the object, go to attribute editor, okay, AI body pink, okay, this is the texture that I've been using here, and then at the color, click the checker, choose file, choose browse, chest diffuse, click open. Nothing happened. Why? I can't see the texture. Why? Anybody? Okay, so I already pressed 6. Okay, but my screen is quite dark. Okay, so you can see we project from Z axis, right? Okay, so this is the front, which is the positive. Z is coming from here, and you see at the side here it is stretched, okay, and at the back here it is facing the other side, correct? Because the whole object we project from only one direction. Whole object we project only from one direction. If you look at the default cube, right? Default cube, how many sides a cube has?
6.
Yes, 6. When I create a cube, you go to UV editor, you have 6 panels here. It open up nicely, right? So same thing we need to do with our object. Whatever shape it is, we need to open up. Currently everything is stacked together. You understand? Alright, so our object here, we already, first thing we project from one direction first. After that we need to select that specific faces, okay, specific faces. For example, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and maybe this one. and this, and this, this, and this part. Oops, sorry. Okay, so for example, this part, okay, I need to project from which direction? Selected one side. Okay, so easily I select everything, control click and drag the middle part, and then I reduce the shrink the selection. Okay, this is fine and this is fine. How do I shrink the selection? Again, I highlight everything, control click and drag the middle part, and this one I need to remove 2 rows of it. How? Shift and arrow down. No, the one arrow here, the comma in your keyboard, the less than symbol there. Yep. Alright, so use that. Okay, to grow selection, the one beside it. Okay, so I already made the selection. This two I'm going to project from x-axis. Go to UV, planar option box, x-axis, and then keep image width and height ratio, project. Done. So if I go to my UV editor, select the object in object mode, UV editor. Okay, so I can't see this thing. I'm going to hide my texture, image, uncheck the display. Okay, I have something going on here. It's overlapping each other. I can't see also. So you check this shaded UV so that you can see in color mode. Okay, that's one. And then you right click, choose UV, just double click. When you double click, it will select all the connected UV. Then you move it aside. Move, W, you just move it. Double click, move. Double click, double click, move. This one you cannot move because it is one piece. Okay, so this is the one we project from the x-axis. The red is the one which is flipped. Okay, so again we're going to select the top part now, face, highlight everything, control click and drag the middle one. Okay, then press shift and less than symbol in your keyboard. Alright, then go to UV, planar option box, y-axis, project. Make sure keep image width and height ratio, project. Then you go back to UV editor, right click, choose UV, just double click, press W, and then you move it. Double click again, press, move it. Oh, we still have something here. Move. Okay, now all is separated because earlier we already done for the z-axis for the whole thing. Okay, so once we already project from the side and the top, the front and back, it will automatically separated. Okay, so now we have to flip the one which is red color. Okay, so how? We right click, choose UV, select that the red color one, and then I go to modify, flip. Okay, modify, flip, select, modify, flip, then press P. Okay, so now everything is facing correctly, but we need to put it all together again. Okay, how do we know which side meets which side? Okay, so you right click, choose edge. Okay, right click, choose edge, and then you can see there is a white color borders there. Okay, those are the UV borders. Okay, so when you select one of the UV border, it will select two edges. See, Can you see that? The orange color. So this edge should meet here. So we need to rotate this and then put it here. Okay? So I'm going to select UV. I'm going to put it aside first. Select this one, put it here, and then I'm going to rotate. Rotate. Where is my rotate? Tools. Rotate. Okay. If I rotate manually, right? I can rotate. You press E and then you rotate. You can do that. But I want it exactly 180 degrees. Okay? So what we can do is, one way is, let me see if I have my rotation. Rotate option box, modify, rotate option box. Okay, rotation angle 180 degrees. Why are we putting 180? Because this edge is supposed to meet here, so we need to face it downwards, right? So 180 and then rotate. Then I go to select my edge. Okay, so both are selected, so I can place it very near to by each other, something like that. Just leave it first. Okay, then select more edge. Let's say this one. Okay, this one supposed to meet here. Okay, so choose UV, select this one and then put it there. Okay, so I'm going to move it a bit. Okay, so right click edge and then I'm going to check this one. This is here. Alright, so which is front? I don't know, maybe this is front or maybe this. Okay, later we will check that. Okay, so I'm just going to put this UV. Okay, so we need to rotate this negative 90. Is it? Is it? Negative 90. Why are you saying negative 90?
The last time you rotated 180 and went that way.
Is it?
No, that's the other way I'm thinking.
Okay, modify, rotate, option box, negative 90. Rotate, apply. I go to H, select the UV. Why is it selecting here? If I select here, okay, so in Maya, negative it goes to anti-clockwise. Positive it goes to anti-clockwise. Negative clockwise. Alright, so I'm going to undo back. Okay, so you see this is here. UV, select, modify, rotate, option box, 90. Rotate. So right click again, H. So these two are meeting each other. Right, so UV, double click, put it near. It's okay even though the size is not same. H. Okay, so you see even though it's meeting, the size is different. It's alright. So again, H. I'm going to select this one. This should be here. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah, I think they're in the wrong spot.
Why?
So that's the side, is it that one there? That's the side, yeah. This one here is the side. That's the front. Okay. Yep. Sorry,
This is the side.
That's the side, yeah. This doesn't fit, doesn't it? Looks like it's too big.
No, we need to make it smaller.
Okay.
Okay, so here UV, put it here. This should be, this and this should be rotate 90 degrees, positive, negative. Positive or negative? Clockwise is negative. Alright, negative 90. Apply, right click edge. Yeah, okay. And where does this goes to? It can be go up or down, I guess so. Okay, let's say I select this one, it's here. If I select the top one, it's here. Okay, so either way is fine. So let's say I'm going to choose the bottom. So UV rotate how many degrees? This bottom should meet here. 180, yes. Rotate UV, then you just move it. Just double check, yes, correct. Okay, after we placed it like this, okay, so what we do is we select this edge, okay, this edge and this edge. Okay, you go to move and so. Okay, if I move and so, let me just double check. No, cannot. Okay, I think I made a mistake. Okay, here arrange and layout. Okay, so arrange and layout, you go to click on layout. Okay, so what happened here? Okay, sorry, select UV, select everything, click on layout. Okay, what will happen is it will automatically change your size, the size of it, even though the arrangement is not correct, but the size will be correct. Okay, so then only you're supposed to just put it together. This should be here, and then H. Let me see. This is down there, down there, and then H. Let's say here is this H. Here is this. Double click and then you can move it. H, let's say down here. Okay, so this one just move it. Okay, like that. Then you select the edge. Okay, you can select more than one edge as long as any one of the UV border has been selected. Okay, you go to cut and sew and then move and sew. It will stitch together. Okay, so this one, press G, okay, cut and sew, move and sew, move and sew. Okay, similar to cube, but the shape has been different now. Okay, so now you can just double click and then you need to put it in the 0 to 1, from 0 up to 1. Okay, so whatever UV, it should be sitting within the 1 value. So I have to scale it down. Okay, or even if you don't scale it, you just click the layout. It will automatically put it inside the 0 to 1. Okay, if I just go to show you the sample, then you go to object mode. Make sure you go to object mode here, then you go to image, UV snapshot. Alright, then let's say I put UV2, out UV2, JPEG 2000, apply and close, Photoshop. Okay, double click the background layer, press Ctrl I to invert the color. Okay, and then I put new layer at the bottom. The top layer, change the blending mode to multiply or screen. Okay, at layer 1 I'm going to paint. Okay, I can't see. Yeah, I cannot see.
Transparent.
Oh. Okay, so now what should I put? Screen is to hide the black. multiply is to hide the white. Currently I don't want to see the white, I want to see the line is black, so multiply. Okay, so this layer change to multiply. Okay, so this one I don't want any color, sorry. I can fill some background color here. Oops, sorry. Okay, layer 1 I fill with some background color, and then I put some text. Okay, I still don't know which is front, which is side, right? My okay, so since where is that? This is my front. Okay, so I just select my face. When I select my face, I know that okay, so this is my front, this is my back, top, side, and bottom. Okay, so since this is my front, I put the A, change color to a red color, Control T. Okay, so this is my top, correct? This is my back. Is this correct? Hmm? Should be? Hmm? Should be rotated. Okay, and this one should be like this, like this. Don't know.
No, that's the top. Yeah.
Which one?
Keep going. No, the other one. Yeah, that one.
Yes. Okay. Good. And here.
Rotate. Keep going. Yeah.
All right. And at the bottom. Doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter, right? Okay. So after you have placed or you have colored the texture or whatever, so let's say I choose my brush and then choose different color. Okay, so I can let's say I paint it all the borders. Okay, just for preview purpose. Okay, just let's say you want to put some texture or whatever, you can place it here, okay, in the front part of it. Then you hide your lines, then you save as one copy as PSD file so that you can always edit back. PSD file, put it in your source images folder. This is chest diffuse, not JPEG but PSD. Save. Okay, and then flatten your image, then file save as again as JPEG maybe. Replace, yes. Could not. Why? File save as JPEG. I put diffuse 2. Okay, chest diffuse 2. Okay, then go back here, select the object mode, go to, you can close this, go to attribute editor, find for your whatever shader that you have put in, go to color, click the arrow here, and then browse again, choose the chest diffuse 2, open. Okay, alright. Why here there is no dark green?
That's because you've seen into your folded line.
Yes. Can?
Now.
Yes, now.
Yeah. You could.
Okay. Okay, I want you to do it. Let me repeat one more time.
Oh, you want to do it now?
Now. Okay, so first of all, you go to select the object in object mode, let me just remove the color, assign, yep, okay, assign a new color so that I don't have any color here. First of all, select your object, go to UV, planar option box, choose any one. Okay, so let's say I'm going to choose Z axis so that it's project from the front. Keep image width and height ratio, then click project. Okay, done. Then after that, you select a different sides. Okay, it could be top or side or whatever. Okay, so let's say I'm going to choose the side. Select everything, control click and drag. Sorry, control click and drag. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Select everything, control click and drag, and then shift less than arrow so that you can shrink the selection. Sides has been selected. Okay, this side should be projected from which direction? You always refer back to here. Okay, x-axis. So UV, planar option box, x-axis, keep image width and height ratio, project. Okay, front, side done. Now top and bottom. Select everything. Okay, control click and drag from the front view. Okay, same thing, shrink your selection. Because I have 4 edges here, I just want 2 for each. Alright, this one, project from UV, planar option, project from Y. Okay, keep image, project. Then you select in object mode, open up your UV editor, make it bigger. Okay, you click on the shaded mode so that you can see the color. Like this, you won't see which one is flipped. Alright, so click on the second button here, shaded, right click, choose UV, double click so that you can select all the connected UVs, then you just move it. Okay, or you can even straight away, okay, you don't have to do anything first. You select everything, UV, you go to layout first, easier for you to see. Okay, so you just double click, then you go to modify, flip, double click, press G, double click, press G. Okay, then right click, choose edge, you select any one of the white color border. Can you see the white color? That is your UV border. Okay, so select one, it will highlight 2. Okay, click on one edge, it will show 2. Where is it? Here. Okay, so you just have to rearrange back. Let's say this and here at the bottom here. So I'm going to choose UV, put it aside first, choose edge. Okay, this should be here. So UV, move it here. Right click, edge, choose the top one. Top one is here. I need to rotate this. Again, this and this. So UV, double click, modify, rotate option box. Okay, 180, apply. Put it closer. UV, where else? Let's say the top. Sorry, edge. This one. Also rotate 180 degrees. Modify, rotate. Put it there. Edge. Which one should I put? Okay, let's say this one. Okay, we should rotate anti-clockwise. So positive or negative? Okay, anti-clockwise is positive. Double check. Yes. And this one is here. Clockwise 90. Yeah, correct. Then right click, choose edge. You can choose all this edge together, all this together. Okay, then go to cut, sew, move and sew. That's it. Then you click on, choose UV, select everything, click on layout. It will automatically fit into 0 to 1. Then you select your object in object mode, then in your UV editor, go to image, UV snapshot. Okay, choose your image format, choose your size, then apply and close. Okay, so override, yes, override. I'm going to double check here which is my front. Okay, always double check. Okay, the same thing. Okay, so this is your front, right? So then you go to open your file in your Photoshop. Okay, proceed please. Let me just show you. For example, model here, let's say I go to UV, I go to planar, I go to choose Z-axis, keep image, project. Let's say I don't want to project from the side and the top or whatever. Okay, let's say. So what I do, I choose my cutting edge, where I want to cut. So I choose edge, one edge, 2, 3, double click. Okay, so all these edges I'm going to cut it. Okay, I've selected all, I think. Okay, all the edges I've selected. Maybe I don't want to cut certain part. For example, this is my front and the top. Let's say I don't want to cut this. Control, double click. I want it to be joined together. And also the bottom, control, double click. I want this thing also to be together. Okay, so I reselect my edges. I go to my UV editor. Okay, expand this. You have cut and sew. You just cut or you can split it. Okay, so let's say I choose split. After that I choose UV, select everything, and then I choose layout. Okay, something is wrong here because the projection is from one direction. So what we need to do is we have to, what is that? Unfold. Alright, so you have an option for unfold here, and then you click unfold. Okay, just like that. So for example, human head, right? Okay, so first thing, the cutting edge is at the neck. The second cutting edge from the bottom of the neck up to the forehead, just below the head, above the head. Okay, that is your cutting edge, so it will automatically open just like that. Okay, so this one, after you have unfolded and then you click layout, it will arrange nicely. Then you stitch it together. Okay, wherever possible you just stitch it. Okay, this is if organic model. Okay, which the form is not what we call not even. Yes. What else?
When you open your zip file,
just imagine this is your head. Take a look. Just imagine this is the head. Okay, you have a hole for the eyes, and then maybe you have a hole for your mouth, let's say. Okay, and then what we do, first thing we project from one direction first. Go to UV, why we need to project time. You need to project first. Let's say planar, I choose a z-axis or whatever axis, and then I project, then only I choose my cutting edge. Okay, so I'm going to double click somewhere, choose edge, double click, okay, exactly at the back until here, and then add more of it. Control Shift, okay, somewhere there. So make sure there is no other selection is there. Then you go to UV editor, split, cut so, and then choose split, right click, choose UV, select everything, then you click unfold. Okay, so if you have a face, then it will be nicer. Then you just rotate. Okay, most of the time face will be the most challenging part. Alright, so what you need to do here is, after you unfold it, you need to click optimize. Optimize, optimize, optimize. How do we do that? Okay, let me just make it smaller. Object mode, right click, assign new material, choose whatever material. Let's say I choose Maya Lambert for example. Then I go to my this thing, Lambert, color, click the checker, and then choose checker. Okay, click the checker, and then here the checker must be small enough so that we can compare whether it's distorted or not. I go to click here and then place 2D texture, repeat UV, increase the number. Let's say try with 8 and 8. Okay, still big, maybe 16 by 16. Okay, so something like this. So you press 3 because normally your model will be in 3, right? So you see where there is a stretching going on, something like this. Okay, but then this one you still okay, considered okay. When you have, you need to cut more points. So for example here, UV editor. Okay, so normally what people do, they cut more, maybe somewhere around here. Okay, this is at the back of the head, so no problem. Okay, so another one, 1, 2, let's say just an example, and then split it, UV again, select everything, unfold it. Okay, when you have more cuts, your unfold will be more accurate, but the problem is when you painting. Okay, why problem? Because you have to make sure in Photoshop the texture that you paint here should be exactly same over here. If not, you can see one line there. Okay, so that's why normally whenever you have something like this, right, you have to make sure exactly here same, right? But then after done with this, then you go to layout, bam, you go back to object mode, in the UV editor, image, UV snapshot, save your file, then open in Photoshop, start to paint. After press JPEG, come back to here. Okay, go back to your whatever shader, color, click here, choose file. Okay, so for example here I already paint as checker, right click at the color, break connection, I don't want checker anymore, I want file. Okay, click the checker, choose file, and then browse your file, clicking this icon, browse your whatever texture file. Okay, right, with the simple